The profits abandoned, the law take advantage. The market is crashing, the industry wants to sleep in the box while they making a mockery.
Bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Houston Texans and the Chicago Bears. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Starting on the ground with Herbert. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Handoff for Herbert. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Brings up 2nd and 18 at the 17-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, this defense for the Texans, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now it's Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. There's Mooney with another catch. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the campaign and 4th overall. And the Bears get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Defensively, they told us that the top priority was defending option plays this week, but here on the very first drive, the defense broke down a bit.
It certainly did, and it's really not a surprise because defending option football is difficult. You have to think too much. Most of the time, you just react to what you see and you play fast. Here, you're reacting, You're processing. Do I have the back? Do I have the quarterback? Who do I take? Do I take on a blocker? And next thing you know, he's in the end zone.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And some space here. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
First play of the drive, excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. First run of the game here for Dameon Pierce. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really wanted him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 41-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 41. Huntley to throw. Oh, he bowls over him. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw, Huntley. This ball caught by Mechie. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Brevin Jordan, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Now the Houston offense is going to stay out there as they'll try for 2. They're going to try and run. And he'll get in. And they take an 8-7 lead. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but Let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. First carry now for David Montgomery. The Bears at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
From the 31, Fields. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him. A tight one. 8-7 our score after 1 on EA Sports. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This pass on target, Velus Jones with it. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. No, Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. From the left hash, this from 46. And this one is no good. He missed it, and that'll keep this a 1-point game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Here's Huntley. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. The former 3rd-round pick, Justin Jones, bringing the lumber that time.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. And in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. To throw on 3rd down, Huntley. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here's Jones on the return. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of the team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop him before he could get to the marker.
And he is going to have the Bears 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. A play fake, now Fields to throw. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Ran it last time. Now Fields to throw. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. At that time, they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
On 1st down, Fields. Montgomery, another target and catch. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Now the Texans will burn the 1st of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. The tight end in motion right. Back to throw, Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. There he goes left side. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. So now the Texans offense back onto the field. They'll line up and go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Caught by Montgomery. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. To throw again on second down. Fields. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Play action. It's Fields. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 1st down, Huntley. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
19 tight, 19 tight. Go.
They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Okay, ready.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. Touchdown, Houston. Dameon Pierce as the first half is winding down. And the Texans will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the 2nd half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So a sensational return there on special teams, a foot race that he was not going to lose. Now, meanwhile, while that was going on, we've got an injured player on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
Up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they? An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
A final shot before the break. Fields
going up top. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
From his end zone, here's Tremont Smith.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a 1st down on the keeper. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Here we go, here we go.
First and 10, it's Pierce. 53 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. First down, they go right back to Pierce.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Back to throw.
Huntley trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker.
And now the rookie's free. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
A good hold of these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And this is back to an 8-point game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The last time, everything looked pretty good except that final play on the pick six, and now they've got to come right back out here, Charles, and try to pick up the pieces and get things going again.
Yeah, it certainly seems dire, doesn't it? But there is a silver lining, and it is hard to see so soon after that touchdown. But the game plan was definitely working. They were generating offense, had the ball beyond midfield, getting wins on each down against the defense. So they are moving it well. They just have to hang on to it.
Yeah, as you said, though, probably tough to remember those good things on that last drive when it ended like it did. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, Huntley. And this one is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 68 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's Pierce on the counter. Down at the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Huntley. He'll fire one end zone for Cooks. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And this will stay a 1-score game as the lead holds at 8. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
And he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the 2-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Out of the end zone comes Smith.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Credit Jalen Johnson, normally shutting down throwing lanes, but there he shut down that play in the backfield. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Burkhead going to run straight ahead here. And he's got this down to the 35. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Huntley. Flushed out right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on a flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Moore, the man in motion. On 3rd down, Huntley. Looking deep downfield. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. But now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Well, Montgomery just unable to twist free as they hit him short of the line to gain.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
4th down. Fields has to have this one.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Pierce now up the middle.
Dante Hightower on the stop.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Huntley. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Jordan Akins, a 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Texans are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On 2nd and very short.
Fields. Crossing route, and he hits his man. It's Jones.
And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 25-yard line.
Fields. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 2nd and inches.
Fields.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
Velus Jones.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Bears have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone.
Ready.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at the earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Off play action. Huntley. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A run for Pierce out of the gun. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
On 3rd down, here's Pierce. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
They'll go right back to Pierce. And able to get this to the 31.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On the jet sweep, they get this to Cooks. They're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think that's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to bring up the 4th down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Come on, come on. Hey! Reno!
Here we go on 4th down. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
Well, this ball game was close throughout. Remember, it was neck and neck at intermission, neck and neck at the end, but a great job to come in here in a tough environment, Charles, and get the victory.
Yeah, tough environment indeed. How about all the people we can hear shouting from their seats right below us, partner? They weren't real happy that their team didn't keep the home field. How about how these visitors came in, calm every step of the way, even with all the pressure, and found a way to get out of here with a win.
So for Houston, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants.